Today's Redstone video is going to be a bit of an interesting one because it's not going to be about quality, it's going to be about quantity. I'm going to see how many redstone contraptions I can build within 1 hour. These are the rules that I have come up with. Each one has to be unique, and it cannot just be a bigger version of a previously featured redstone build unless, by making it bigger, that introduces new game mechanics. For example, this is a combination lock with 8 possible combinations, and this is a combination lock with 32 possible combinations. Technically, they're kind of different, but by scaling it up, you haven't introduced any new game mechanics, so this wouldn't be considered unique enough. Whereas something like a 2x2 piston door and a 3x3 piston door are considered unique enough from one another because the 3x3 piston door uses completely different game mechanics to function with double piston extenders and block storage and things. I hope that makes sense. Feel free to play along for yourselves. 1 hour starts now. Now, I think the hardest part about this challenge is actually going to be coming up with unique redstone ideas, but I'm going to make use of some of my examples to start off with, which is combination lock. This is it. Oh my word. Now I've worked out how to play the game. Okay, done. Moving on. A button that when you press it, it will switch on the redstone lamp permanently until you hit the button again, and then it switches it off. That's 2. I can't remember how to build my favourite redstone contraption, the hidden crafting bench. How do I do it? How do I do it? How do I do it? Okay, I think I've got it sussed out. Right, that's functioning. Armor equipping station. It wouldn't be one of my videos without some form of armor equipping station. And this should be plain sailing. Button, and boom. I've got to fill it in with armor. That takes ages. This is wasting precious time. I'm looking fancy though. I have been absolutely loving these little things lately. Little anvil replacer systems. For those of you who watched my recent redstone videos, you might remember that I built a very fancy one the other day, but this one is keeping things simple. Pow. Anvil breaks. Replacement anvil is dispensed. How many is that? 5? Now I've kind of taken on the challenge of building something that I haven't built in absolutely ages, which is an anvil launcher system. I think something like this, push that across, grab ourselves an anvil, and then just do the timings. It should work. This thing certainly isn't going to win any awards for compactness, but it is going to win an award for actually launching the anvil. Do they land on top of one another? I know this is a waste of time, but I really want to find out. Oh yeah, that was silly. Okay, let's not find that out. Let's keep building. Before the days of elytra and feather falling and things like that, we had water blade systems. These were things that allowed you to gracefully fly through the air back down to the floor. Now, can I remember how to build them? God, it's been ages. Where are these coming from? They're just coming into my head randomly. Let's make sure that we don't get any spillages. Let's make sure that we've got water. We hit the button and very nice. Okay, with all this talk of water, I've just come up with something. Well, I say I've just come up with something. I've thought of something that I haven't done in ages, and that was an auto bucket dispenser. What did it used to do? I think we used to put a bucket in there and then it would automatically detect it, fire it, and then drop out the bottom. Shouldn't be too difficult. This may seem like a really long-winded and pointless system, and that's because it was. But I mean, it does function. I can't actually gain access to my chest, so I'll have to make that a little bit smaller, but there we go. I think the one that I actually built was fully automatic, so you could dump a bunch of buckets in there and it would just fire on through, filling all of them up. It was quite useful. I quite like it. But we don't have enough time to build that, so this is good enough. Sunflower. Why can I not get access to that? Okay, we need bone meal. And this is going to create our flower farm, which has brought me onto a topic that I can build lots of things from. Farms. Why did I not instantly think of farms when I started doing this? Okay, so that's the first one. Why did flower farm come to my mind as well as the first one? I need a hoe, so that's that. I then need pumpkin seeds. That's that. And then I need bone meal. Give it to me. There we go. Okay, that is a working pumpkin farm, I do believe. If we place in some form of pumpkin. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10th one. Now this is where we kind of get into the rules, because I'm not going to be building a melon farm because I feel like it's way too similar to this thing. In fact, it will be exactly the same. So I'm in the process of making a bread maker, and we're going to need to make it automatically harvesting, because otherwise it's a little bit too similar to this flower farm over here. I am totally freestyling at this point in time. I think if I connect this up using some form of hopper clock type system, hopefully that works okay. I mean, I'm not sure. I think that will work. And then we can get rid of this slab here, and hopefully we should be able... I mean, that harvested once, didn't it? Doesn't that mean this functions? Oh, I just don't know anymore. Okay, I think this works as a potato farm. That's all that counts. Wow, that was a massive waste of time. Okay, right, let's try and build something a little bit more simple. A sugarcane farm. So this is going to make use of observers, which means it's going to be different from all the other farms that we've got. And actually, it's probably not going to use observers. I think, instead of that, I think we should use block update detectors. 1, 2, 3. Every single time one of these sugarcane grows, it will be harvested. Oh, that's a pretty decent design. Look at that, lossless. Sort of lossless. If there was a hopper here, it would be lossless. Come on, we're on a roll now. I would say next up, cocoa bean farm, and this should do the trick. I hope we need a little bit more time. Come on. Oh, and that also needs to be an immovable object. Come on, think it through. Under pressure, not doing well. Obsidian, repeat us at 3 ticks. Boom. This piston extends. That then pushes back down. All of the cocoa beans get harvested. Harvested? Yeah, that's now a word. Alright, I think this could be one of the last farms. I would say that right there is going to create a kelp farm. So if we just fill in this entire space with water and then place a chest and a hopper, that should do the trick. And test. Kelp grows and gets pushed immediately into the hopper. Now I know what you're thinking, fairly similar to the sugarcane farm, but the way that it's been detected is using observers, and it's also, kelp is a bit strange in that you can actually detect from the base kelp when a fresh kelp is grown. So that means that this is actually a really compact little design. Now I don't know how this wasn't the first redstone circuit that I actually constructed. I mean, come on now. I'm sure anyone who watches the Hermitcraft series will recognize this thing. The old automatic dropping circuit. There we go, redstone dust there. And that'll do it. If we place items on the inside of this, that's now functioning. Now, the next thing that came to mind was, of course, an item elevator where we send the items up through glass, but obviously that is basically just the auto dropper circuit. So I've decided to use a droppervator, one of these old things. I just need to connect up all of these observers and that should be the trick. And before all of you say it down in the comment section, yes, I am well aware of how ridiculously overcomplicated this thing is, but hopefully it should work. No? Are you serious? So I actually need one over here as well? Alright, now it works. Terrible, terrible design, but it works. That's the most important thing. A long, toggleable redstone clock, also known as a hopper timer or etho clock. This should have been probably design number 2 as well. I use these things all the time. How's my mind gone so blank? We are halfway through our allotted time schedule, ladies and gents. This is stressful, this is stressful. Right, piston feed tape. I think it's time to go. And go. Right, okay. Blocks are successfully spinning. And that reminds me, have I done a pulse shortener yet? I feel like I could definitely do a pulse shortener. And that is just a monostable circuit button, and then I guess we could call it a lamp flasher, so it has a kind of semi-official sounding redstone name. There we go. Redstone contraption. 2 extras have been added to the list. We've got the block update detector, which detects when a player places a block next to this piston, and we also have the fancy pressure plate, which I guess... I mean, that's kind of pushing it, isn't it? Those are kind of... I suppose this is a T-bud. Okay, so yeah, there we go. We've got a toggleable bud switch, which you can see toggles on or off. And then we also have this type of bud switch. I think that's allowed in the rules. Different game mechanics. Wait a second, I made the rules. Yeah, that's allowed. Here we have the 2-way randomizer system. So every single time we hit this button, there is a chance that... Well, it's a 50-50 chance that one of these redstone lamps will fire. Very nice. I sincerely hope this still works. I haven't tried this in ages. Okay. That doesn't look good, that doesn't look good. Yes, it still fires through. I absolutely love that bug. Okay, so if we then just run that up into here and then place in maybe a few repeaters like that, that will be a self-resetting system. There we go, hidden arrows. Why have I decided to build in here? I've given myself next to no space. Anyway, I've just realised we haven't built a single piston door yet. So let's get to it by not building a piston door, but instead building some form of double iron door. I felt like a single iron door probably wasn't enough of a redstone contraption to really merit the name, whereas the old double, I think we can get away with. And what's really embarrassing is for a second now, I actually struggled a little bit. But this now works. It doesn't matter if you stand on one pressure plate or both pressure plates, both doors will open up. Simple, nice, easy redstone. 2x2 piston door, of course, is something that is, well, even simpler. I think it's even simpler than the iron doors. Why would you build this when you could build this? So much cooler. And also just much easier to construct. But by Jove, I've only got 10 minutes left. Okay, well, I guess, yeah, a flush piston door is significantly different from a regular 2x2 piston door. So I think we can get away with doing something like that. But something like a flush trapdoor, you see, probably couldn't do because that's not significantly different. I don't know if these rules make any sense at all. I mean, I'm starting to question them myself. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. I remember when these used to be so much more complicated. I'm very happy about the new, well, I say new like it's new. I mean, they're about 4 years old, but the newer piston mechanics. You know, one thing that we haven't actually utilized yet is slime blocks. So let's just quickly get on that bandwagon. And hipster door? I think that counts as a hipster door, if not, hidden chest system. Either way, it's unique. But actually, while we're on the topic of slime blocks, flying machines are a thing, and that one is now entering orbit, so I guess it's not going to be sticking around. Remind me that I have to count it. Not that I'm going to forget. I mean, we've only got 4 minutes left. Okay, slime block, player launcher. Oh yeah, we did utilize slime blocks. We made an anvil launcher. In fact, is this significantly different? Probably not. No, I can't do a player launcher when I've already done an anvil launcher. Elevator? Yeah, we can make use of soul sand. Except that's exactly the same thing as this design right here. We just haven't added pulse extender, which reminds me I should probably build some form of pulse extender. But for now, double piston extender. When in doubt, just go for the originals. That's how it works, isn't it? Am I going crazy? I would build a triple piston extender as well, but don't think we're going to have enough time. So yeah, let's go for a pulse lengthener. And for the final redstone contraption of today's video, we have got the button selector panel, which makes use of RS snore latches to ensure that we only get one output through this thing. Whew, I never want to do that again. That hurt my chest. And the results are in. I have counted them up, and I have managed to construct 30 unique redstone contraptions within 1 hour. So that's an average of 2 redstone contraptions every 4 minutes. Yeah, I meant to say 1 redstone contraption every 2 minutes. So not bad going, actually, considering I was having to come up with all those ideas on the fly. My brain was just working overdrive, just going through my Rolodex of redstone contraptions that I have stored up in my head. It was really, really interesting, actually. It was a lot of fun. And, of course, if you do want to take on this challenge, then fire away. I'd love to see how many redstone contraptions you guys can complete in 1 hour. If someone manages to create over 60, I will be incredibly impressed, because that's more than 1 contraption a minute. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was a little bit different. If you did, please sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.